What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the future. It's whoa. Welcome to the right
Wow.
direction. Oh, I do too many podcasts, man. I'm thinking of the wrestling podcast. We were just talking about wrestling. Uh, Welcome to the right direction. I am the host of Mastermind Bob Rogers, and with me is my sister from another mister. She's crazy as I don't know what. I will always be nice and kind to her so I don't get beat down.
But I didn't marry a wrestler and not know how to fight. Come on now. I learned
Yeah,
a thing or two.
that's true. That's true. That's my wrestling sister Ash. Y'all, Ash, what's up?
What's up, Bobby? How you doing?
I'm chilling. Good day at work.
Good.
Disappointing day with dealing with the oh god.
The state of the world? Yeah. I woke up this morning, first thing I saw was Israel and U.S. is bombing Iran.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah. And that's one of the things I want to talk about. I know on the schedule I had a few things that we want to talk about.
hard
And
times would take precedent.
yeah, the Bears moved to the Hammond can wait.
Yeah.
I mean, I love my Bears, but this is a little bit more serious because
Yeah. Yeah.
they are. I heard of dropping bombs in a rap contest, but this is getting ridiculous. I mean, number one, I didn't even know. I didn't even know. Netanyahu could rap. I mean, if I didn't think Trump could rap, but he paid somebody to do it for him. So
Well, he made a pretty good rap last night when he told all the American people that, people are just going to have to die in this war and you're going to have to like it.
and that's the part that bothers me.
Yeah, and he literally told the people, Lord Farquaad style, some of you are going to die, but that's something I'm willing to live with.
You got bone spurs and can't even shoot a peanut, and
No,
you gonna tell somebody else to die in the war.
that's what poor kids are for, Bob. That's all we're good for is fodder for their wars.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Please forgive me for saying this, but makes me so mad. Somebody should just walk up to him and punch him straight in the nose. That is
Yeah.
disrespectful not only to me, that is not only disrespectful to the other people that were served in the service,
Mm-hmm.
that is disrespectful to every single American citizen and non American citizen, and those that want to be American citizens
Yes.
all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
How?
Yep.
How do you sit there with a straight face and you act like the boxer from Rocky Four? If you die, he dies. I mean, what's really going on with this dude? I, you know what?
Seems awfully dictatorish to me. He circumvents Congress completely.
Dick is right, but did I say that out loud? Sorry.
You're not wrong.
My,
Yeah,
I try to be.
the whole thing is just ridiculous, and wait, because Iran is not going to take this sitting down. They've already taken out our bases in three places that I know of that I've heard so far.
Hmm.
All the way in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. The they've got them in. I think it was in Beirut, and I can't remember the name of the other one, but they got three of them so far,
Qatar,
and
they
I
got it in
honestly
Qatar
can't
too.
blame them. Qatar, that's the other one, but it's like I don't blame them.
I don't either. I
You,
don't either.
you
And
can't at this point.
this is what bothers me though. I try to stay middle of the road. I always
It's,
don't want. I don't always don't want to look like that. I'm leaning to one side or the other and trying to show favoritism. This takes the fucking cake. This is Duncan Hines.
there's no good that could come from this. This is not a lateral move at all. We have no allies anymore. We have no allies anymore.
And that's what's going to get us screwed.
And we don't even have the arms ourselves because we've sold it to everyone else, especially fucking Israel. And it's like we've given it all away. We've given all of our arms to other countries, so where we don't have enough, and then we just assume, oh, they won't hit us here. Okay, 9/11, what the fuck? You
Oh, no,
know, it's
no,
like
no. Beyond 9/11, have you heard of that Chinese missile they got now?
I yes, yeah, I've heard of that thing.
That supersonic thing is a badass mother.
Yeah,
We ain't, no.
yeah, that'd be bigger than Hiroshima.
I'm sorry. You, this war has no purpose.
And it doesn't. And the thing is that I would hope that people who are even like because I don't know how they're even spinning this. I don't know how the White House can spin this.
They're not.
The American people as oh well they're going to have nuclear arms. You've been saying that since like 1970. Like we've been saying this every time we want to go to other countries and steal their oil. We do this. This is a precedent. We've done it all the time. And now it's like you cannot sell us this hill of beans anymore.
Oh,
People
hold
have
on,
caught
hold on.
on.
I think there was a couple of times where I think that it was real. When Obama was in office, he didn't give a fuck about nobody's oil.
Well, he didn't, but he did at the same time because the lobbyists, man, the lobbyists are the ones that, and the fucking people in Congress, they're the ones that say, "Hey, we got enough money from you guys. We'll send over some bombs and let you guys go to war for a little while." You just got to grease some fucking wheels. But Trump is literally the biggest grifter of them all, and he's grifting everyone, and it's going to start World War III. It has started.
He already has.
It is. We are in it now. We are in a world war because we have no allies.
And
Nobody wants
this is the problem. Other countries are mad because we got their bases in them and they getting bombed.
exactly. And do you blame them? I don't fucking blame them.
So
We were
now,
supposed to.
when this is
Yeah.
all over, let's just say, by some chance or fate, that we come out on top. Okay, let's just say it happens. Okay, the problem is, boy, we have nobody around us that's going to be friendly. We have nobody around us because they all like, what the heck did you do that for? That was dumb. I don't want to deal with you. You might turn on me in a second.
Well, the only way the only way to win a war is to kill people, and not just soldiers, not just people willing to fight, but people that are innocent. They literally bombed a elementary girls' school in
Mm-hmm.
Iran this morning. They killed 50 plus little girls. What the fuck did those little girls do to you? That's sending a message. That is us sending a message to this place that we're coming in hot. And for why? What is the reason? And you cannot sell me on the oh well they might have nuclear arms. Those little girls and their families had nuclear arms? Wow, that's crazy. We should probably have that regulated somehow.
No, I'm thinking that the girls are probably part of the Epstein files.
Oh Jesus. I don't even go down that rabbit hole because
I'm sorry, you said little girls.
I know it's so sick that you never know. That's the thing, is that with all that shit that's come out, you never know it could have been the reason why.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
I think it's more the reason that they're trying to they've already closed off the pass where we bring all the oil through. So our gas prices are gonna fucking go up
Oh hell yeah.
exponentially soon. I mean, you were around driving after 9/11, how you couldn't find gas anywhere. It was expensive as shit. And then all those gas stations were, gouging prices and everything. And that's what's going to happen again.
Yeah, and since he's buddies with these CEOs, it's going to go a lot, more ridiculous than what it
So,
normally would.
And nobody has money. Nobody.
But again, and this is what I look at. Everything he does, he's not stupid.
I don't
He
think he's.
does things to separate people, and everything he does
Yeah.
separates everybody a little bit further. Now it's going to be expensive gas. So guess what? People in the country ain't going to be able to get together and talk and blah 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 blah. You know,
Yeah.
we're coming to a situation where honestly, Trump is redlining the United States.
He's been doing that.
Yeah, but this move with the gas makes because at least you can go out and visit somebody. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair. We'll get back and forth to work, and especially when you live in a city like I do, where
Yeah,
you have limited public transportation. Yeah, you got buses, but
I don't even
you
consider
can't.
Indianapolis public
But I was
transportation.
gonna say, you to a job out in in a county city, making more money out in a county city, you have
Mm,
to drive there. That's
right.
what the suburbs were about. The people that live in the suburbs go to the city to work, and the people that live in the city go to the suburbs to work. That's how it works. And nobody's going to be able to get back and forth now.
No, nobody will. Nobody will. It's this
Yeah, it's
this
a
was.
it's an irrational decision made by someone who does not have a rational mind, unilaterally, without consent from Congress. And
I'm
I
trying to
just think
figure out
it's
how is he not in jail.
because he's the one in charge. It's easy to not be put in jail when you're the one that makes all the fucking rules. They have all the evidence they need that he was on Epstein Island. They just won't release it. They admit that there is stuff with him in it, but they just won't release it because you can't know what the hell he did or who he was with. So, yeah, they could arrest him, but they won't because all the people that he's around are getting paid. It's why would you get rid of your cash cow when you're bilking this billionaire dementia patient for all he's worth and not worth, whatever the country is worth, because he's in charge of the country.
And that's what's scary.
No new wars, right?
Oh, I'm
That's what
already there on that one.
every single thing that he spouted off in his propaganda during his fucking election, and him saying, "Oh, no new wars. I wouldn't do that. I'm the president. No wars." And then he says, "Oh, I'm going to make your grocery prices go down." It's like the opposite of everything that he fucking said. He did the opposite of it. Everything that he ran on, everything. It's the reason that these people claim to have voted for him. He has done the opposite of it, and people are still blindly following this man. It's
Yeah,
idolatry. It's idolatry at this point, and it's just ridiculous.
I'm so speechless right now at what's going on because
What do
this
you
mo-
say?
this morning when I woke up, right, I'm thinking I woke up a little early, eat me some eggs and sausage before I go to work. Have me a nice little breakfast, something in my stomach before I go instead of eating oatmeal when I get to work. Right.
Right.
First thing I do is I turn on my iPad to see what's going on in the world and blah blah blah, and all of a sudden it says United States and Israel bombs Iran.
Yep.
Now, as we all know, as we look at the internet, most of us is like, yeah, right. I thought it was a joke. I thought somebody was putting up some bullshit. And then there's this crew called the Midas Touch that I watch. Very good people.
Yep. I watch them too.
And all of a sudden, they started talking about, I'm like, this is real.
Yeah.
They literally went over there and bought. What the.
Yep. That was literally the first thing I saw at 8:30 this morning,
And the
and
thing
it
that.
happened
And the
just
thing,
then.
and the thing that bothers me right now is I got two sons.
Right.
He just passed a law to initiate the draft, And my son's over there fighting for something that they don't even have an idea, clue, or want to be involved in.
Yep.
I'm just,
Yeah, I know. And you don't know what's going to happen either. They literally just invalidated Kansas people for being trans. They've invalidated their driver's license. They
yeah,
literally erased their identities.
I saw that.
This is what you call bird seeding, and they are bird seeding the idea of just canceling out people's identities.
See,
Because now all those
I have a
that if
difficult. No,
that's going to
let,
downhill for women, it's going to be women next.
let me say this. I have a difficult time on the trans issue. I do. It's not so much as when they're existing. I think they should live their life however they should live. But in certain sports, I got a problem with it. I honestly, there are certain sports that I think they could be able to participate in evenly and no matter, blah, blah, blah. Don't tell me you just went up. You did not get mad at me. I guess she having some technical difficulties. Let's see what's going on.
What happened?
I don't know. That scared the crap out of me. I thought you got mad at me.
No, I said something in the universe just told him to shut his mouth before he finished what he just said.
No, no, no. But hear me out on this, okay?
I'm
And just tell me if I'm wrong. There are certain sports
I'm
that
not going to talk about that because there are women that across time that have played women's sports that have been accused of being men. I'm not going to listen to this because even if women or if men transition to women and want to play in the sport with women and other women want to allow it, then let them allow it. If the team has a problem with it, then no, they can't be on the team. But if they want to be on the team and they live their life as a woman and they have, you know, all the features of a woman, then
mm-hmm,
they treat it as such. If you say that you're a man, you're a man. I don't care what you have between your legs. And I'm sorry, if you are taking any kind of injections, doing any kind of juicing like every fucking sport does,
mm-hmm,
that should be considered the same thing because you change your fucking, you get more testosterone in your system. You're still a woman, but man, you beef up. You're out there in the ring. You know what I mean? Nobody says shit about that. So yeah,
well,
I don't
certain
talk.
sports, but see, certain sports they do.
And those sports have men's and women's sides for a reason. They have men and women's separated for a reason. And if I'm sorry, if there is a man that lives as a woman and he is a trans woman, he is a woman, and he can play with the women.
I, I I get that. I got a friend that's a wrestler. You see pro wrestling?
Right, but
I dig it. I can understand it in that. But I look at football though. I'm sorry. I'm like,
have you ever?
ooh.
I was gonna say, but have you ever met a trans man, a woman that's transitioned to a man?
Actually, my one of my godkids is that.
Okay, I like I said, I know so many men that were raised and socialized as women that do play men's sports. They are
Really?
literally on men's sports teams because
Really?
they are men. Yes, they're men.
Okay. Well, that makes me feel better because I never.
Yeah, I have one. I have someone who I actually babysat as a child.
Mm,
Um, he is on a rugby team and he plays with men. He
nice.
plays men's rugby, and you know men's rugby. Those dudes hit.
Yeah, yeah. They ain't playing.
He's out there. He's fuck. I mean, this dude, like, he lives, dude. Like, he looks more cut than most. He's got the cut that most men I know that work out want because he's got the lats. You know, I don't know. He does his thing. But yeah, he's on a rugby team with guys.
Okay. Then
Yeah.
if it's nothing, because see, I never see, and this is why this program exists, because these things that I have not been around and haven't experienced,
Well, you
you
would
can
have thought
tell me
about it.
about.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
what I'm
you wouldn't have
saying?
thought about it. Anyway. And that's the thing is that most people they always assume that it's men transitioning to women. They never consider that women transition to men.
What?
Nobody ever considers that there could be men that you play basketball with at every time you go to the court for a pickup game that was born a woman that lives their life as a man now, or somebody at the gym that you like grow it up with at the gym. You never know. That could be a man or a woman, a trans man. You don't know.
I just
Nobody ever thinks about that.
no, but it's always been a double standard. It's always been a double standard to that. Because think about it, when you start talking about gay marriage or whatever,
They think it's two men
right? And they don't even get an attitude about the two women. It's like,
because they're into it, you know.
yeah, yeah.
But that's the thing is that they always think, oh, it's gross. It's too much. But who? Why do you care? You don't want to be around it. You don't have to look at it. Why do you care what they do though?
It,
You're not
it's
around
it,
them.
it's not like they plop themselves in front of your desk. You know,
I mean, really, you don't even have to. But if you're watching that kind of stuff, then that's on you, my guy. Like maybe you should, you know,
think about
think,
what you into.
yeah. And I'm not judging, but maybe you shouldn't project that onto other people. That's my whole thing is that if you're homophobic or transphobic, then secretly you have those thoughts
Well,
and you don't want to let
it's
anybody
come.
know.
It seems like it's coming out like that though. Because I mean, all these people that's on this MAGA side get busted.
Every every time I know of any fucking body that has always been a homophobe, they always end up coming out in the end. And it's just like, yep, I knew it because they were the biggest, loudest ones about it. Because you thought about that shit every day and it bothered the hell out of you. And that's okay. If it bothers you, it bothers you. But when you put that on to other people and then you make laws about this shit, that's a different thing. When you
Exactly.
use other people's hatred for that to make laws because of morality of all things. Like these are people that eat babies and fuck children, and you're gonna talk about morality? I'm just saying. These are the people
Oh,
that are making our laws forever,
oh.
and these are the people that are in these groups forever. These Epstein Island shit hasn't just started with Epstein. There was several even before him, and all the fucking elites were in on it because they eat babies and they fuck children.
Well,
I'm just, they're evil. And then they try to tell us that if we drink, smoke, get high, have sex, we're evil for that. Those are just, that's just a fucking Friday night.
oh, oh my God.
But I'm just saying,
Oh,
people like to get on their high horse for no reason other than they secretly want to do those things. Just do it. There should be no moral clause. Because
put it
even
like this. It
if,
comes
yeah,
down to what I said last week.
you what?
People are too nosy.
Yes,
They too worried about what goes on in somebody else's.
yes. I don't care what anybody does, as long as you are safe and doing it over there away from me. As long as
Thank
it's,
you.
as long as you are consensual adults in those situations, I don't care what you do
Exactly.
because I don't have to see it and I don't have to hear about it. That's all there is to it.
Definitely don't want to hear about it. Well,
You know what I mean, though.
I am like
What
most
am I?
dudes though. Two women, I go,
I'm sure, but yeah, it's just one of.
At least I'm
Believe me,
honest.
someone that's a member of the alphabet mafia, I get it all the time. So yeah,
I mean, but yeah, this my thing is
the like I said, anybody that's homophobic, transphobic, I just assume you're whatever phobia you have.
true, true. You are what
Yeah.
you fear.
Well, there's no reason to even consider it if you don't think about it.
That's true.
If you're not into that, then why are you thinking about it so much? People think about trans people way more often than even trans people think about trans people. And it's like, why are you so hung up on it? What's your deal?
Hmm.
And then I ask him, okay, so when did you give your life over to Christ? Because that's usually the outcome of somebody that's like that,
True, true.
like Christian love.
Hmm. I just shake my head,
Mhm.
keep it
Yep.
going because
Yep.
I don't
Yeah, I
know.
learned to shut my mouth a long time ago about the God situation. And then people think you have no faith if you don't believe in God. It's like, no, no, I have faith.
I just
I have
don't believe
faith.
in your God.
I just don't believe in your God. Yeah,
Well, let me just say this. For everybody that's out there that's going to watch this on replay, because I know most of you couldn't watch it live, if you got somebody in the service, say a prayer for them,
absolutely. Please do that.
give them a hug, call them up. If you had an argument, patch that stuff up because we don't know if this is going to be the last time we see them.
Yep,
So everybody just get together with with your homies and let's just
yep.
pray that these guys get back home safely
Yes.
because it ain't their fault.
No.
It ain't their fault at all. But first subject, the next subject I want to get into is something that it seems like you educated me on. I tried to get a media play on here, but for some reason it wasn't working, so I can't show the video.
Okay.
But it got me thinking about what you said. That's why I named this segment "White Women Part 2."
Oh, the white women.
Now, again, this program is designed for people to say their piece, say what they feel, share their thoughts, share their experiences, because one person might be on the other side of the earth and don't know how the other one lives and why they think that way. And once you learn that, you kind of get over a lot of the prejudices and things when you see where somebody else is coming from. Last week, you educated me again on something that I had no idea about, and that's like how when you were raised to cater to a man,
Mhm.
to not worry about education, but all this other girly stuff.
Yep.
Let me ask you this first question:
Mhm.
when does it start?
Oh, I was 5 years old the first time my mom told me that I was fat and ugly and no man would ever love me. That's one of my. I was 5 years
Wait
old.
a minute. So
Yeah.
that's where that type of talk comes from.
Literally, yes. That's literally where that talk comes from. It's from mothers. Yeah. My mother was my first bully. She was my first abuser in life. And I remember being 5 years old and she told me that I was fat and ugly and that no man would ever want me. So not only, and I'm not saying that she did this on purpose because this is the way that she was raised. So I have gone through so much therapy to unpack that I've forgiven my mother for everything that she's ever done. That's why I can speak about this. I love my mother. I talk to her frequently. So I just want to preface all these stories with that. Um, and a trigger warning because they do get graphic. But when I was 5 years old, I was a big kid. I was like pretty tall for a kid, and I had stretch marks on the inside of my thigh when I was 5 because I had gone through a growth spurt. And she was, I was in a bathtub. She was giving me a bath. I was still 5 years old. But that was the first time that as a child, I was not only abused verbally, mentally, physically. But also, I was sexualized as a 5 year old because why would you think about a 5 year old getting married and wanting to be attractive for her husband? That would, why would anybody want to marry you if you look like this? So even as a 5 year old, I was told that, I was fat and ugly, nobody's ever going to love me. So I just grew up with that. And then in the meantime, the physical abuse and all that shit starts, and the telling, that, yeah, you're supposed to cater to a man. You're supposed to learn how to cater to a man, make the man happy, get married, have babies. That was what you were told. Get married and have babies. And I knew from when I was 12 years old that I never wanted to have children. I, from 12 years old, I always, when when little girls, well, you don't know, when little girls play house, you have your baby dolls and you're playing house. You act like you're the mommy.
Right.
I never played with dolls like that. That was not what I never did that. I was always the dad, and it was because I didn't want to be around. I would go to work, and I would leave. Well, I would leave my room and go to a different room and act like I was working while my little sisters were off in our room with the dolls, and they were playing with the babies, and I was gone away from the babies at work because that's what dads do.
Hmm.
That's how we used to play house. And that's just how you were taught. That's how you see your parents. My parents were together. My mom and dad met when I was 6 months old, and they've been together. They were together for 30 years. But that 30 years, they fought like cats and dogs, yelling in the middle of the night, screaming, throwing shit at each other, like hitting each other, pushing each other. I remember when I was 9 years old, my mom teaching me how to use the stick shift on her car to go from, to drive because her rib was broken from them getting in the fight, and she couldn't move her arm, so she had to teach me how to do the shift from the passenger seat. Yeah,
Wow.
dude. Yeah. It was I grew
Wow.
yeah. And then on top of that, I'm a fat kid who has no self-esteem, getting bullied every day at school from the age of, 7 to 12, 13. When I was in 6th grade, I stopped letting people walk all over me, and I started my, okay, so my dad told me, make fun of yourself before they can make fun of you, and it takes away the power. So I developed a sense of humor is pretty much what I did. So, but it was a self-deprecation humor to where I put myself down in front of others so that they would think I was funny, which is something that I think is a lot of girls do
Right.
because of their image. They lash out in either what they see at home, which is anger, frustration. So they become mean Beckies. You know what I mean? They become little Becky bitches.
Right.
Or they do like I did, and they develop a sense of humor, and they have I was a, voracious reader at one point in my life, so I've read a lot, and I learned a lot, and I like to learn. So, because I was always a smart ass, so I always wanted to come up with shit to come back at people with. So it really helped me in the long run going through all these traumatic things, but it took me till now to really hone in on a lot of it.
So,
20, 24 years of therapy, learning how to not be a fucking white woman, kind of.
wow. All right. On to real stuff though.
Yeah.
Did you, for a while, because you seem like you came out of it. You learned some ways to get out of it and to way to deal with it to where you flipped it to your advantage. Before then, did it feel like you were trapped?
Craft in my family? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's that hive mind. Because, family's family, blood is blood. You're supposed to. supposed to for them no matter what. And you're supposed to forgive each other no matter what. And I learned that, yeah, because shit, I learned that I was neglected by my dad. I was abused by my mom. I was, abused by both my sisters because people forget about sibling abuse too when you're stuck in a house.
True.
So growing up, I left. I left when I was 18. The second I turned 18, my my birthday's in March. I graduated high school in June, and I left their house by July.
Dang, you said by July. I was not waiting.
I lived in my car for 9 months.
Oh wow.
I lived in my car for 9 months. That's how desperate I was to get out.
I
That I
see.
lived in my car for 9 months. Yeah, yeah,
So,
because yeah, that was a time, man.
with all of what you grew up with, and the way that this political atmosphere is now, do you think that they're trying to indoctrinate women like it was in the past, so they can control the vote and who they're voting for?
Yeah, but they don't have to indoctrinate the women. They don't have to try to do that. They've already done it. Every woman I know, from my family and to any family, my cousins, aunts, uncles, all the aunts I know, they all vote the same as their husbands. Whatever he votes, that's what I vote. They'll tell you that.
Oh
Oh, if when I
God.
vote, that's what he votes. And they have their husbands, their brothers, or their boyfriend's opinions, and that's it. They don't think about politics. They don't want to know about it because they don't need to know about it. Because it doesn't matter if you're a white trash white woman or if you have money white woman, you still can get away with a lot without having to fucking lift a finger other than taking care of a man. I'm
Wow.
just But that's how the system is set up, Bobby.
Well, hold on. I can't say
That's
that.
why men still get paid more money than women. We don't it's not as much as it used to be, but it's still fucking disparity in the wage gap because they don't want women at work. They want women at home. And then
Right.
when they do get women out in the workforce because, wars and such, we had to pick up the slack because finally we can get fucking do something to help out. We all felt empowered enough to want to go out and work. And then once they came home, they're like, yeah, let's fucking still go to work because now we got two incomes. So why wouldn't I still go to work? We can go on vacation so many times. And then they're like, wait a minute, we got to get these bitches back in the fucking kitchen barefoot and pregnant. And that's what they're doing now. That's why they overturned Roe v. Wade. That's why they're going to make it to where married women are going to be able to fucking vote because they want your husband's vote. And that's all that should matter to them. And that's the way that they want it to fucking be. And they don't need to brainwash women. We all know that this is happening. But we also know that unless we fucking stand up and do it, nobody else is going to do it. So that's what women do. We stand up and we fucking fight.
See, this is what I grew up with. Oh, I wish somebody would try to tell one of my aunts, one of my mom.
Thank you. Thank you. You
There's
try and tell
frying
Big Mama,
pans.
you try and tell Big Mama who to vote for? No, honey, you better get the fuck out that
What do you
house
mean,
before
big
that woman,
mama, little mama, mini
any of
mama,
them,
any of them?
any.
You get whacked.
I had a Big Mama. I have an auntie. I have uncles. Yep, they know. You don't tell them anything to do. Never, not
No,
once.
no.
Mm-mm.
And that's what's so shocking to me when you're telling me this stuff, because it's like, this is why I say we need to hear this stuff so we can learn.
Mm-hmm.
Because it makes me, I thought that was just movies.
No, that's how white households are ran. White sons are put into either sports or academy. You have to be smart. You have to have straight A's. You have to excel. You have to do all this shit. But they'll let it slide if you don't. If you play a sport. And then the girls are just literally told, okay, you can go play with your princess and fairies and Barbies and kittens and play with your hair and your makeup. That's why you have so many of these hair and makeup people being influencers now, because that's what a lot of these fucking spoiled little rich bitches can do. That's all they're allowed to do is go buy makeup because it keeps them under daddy's thumb.
Hmm.
Where daddy feels like he has some fucking say so in anything, but he doesn't even know their fucking birthday. But I pay for everything. I do my part. I pay for everything. Yeah, you don't even know their fucking middle name. But yeah, let her give her fucking credit card and go pay for some makeup and play in the fucking in the mirror. Now, I'm not dogging out these influencers at all. I'm just saying that's the mentality of being the, because white women have always been the most protected in society. And
True.
because I'm serious, because we have countless examples of white women peers getting black men killed. And for
Emmett
no other,
Till.
so many, but so fucking many. But Emmett Till especially, that bitch is rotting in hell right now because that's where the fuck she deserves to be. Because any person can tell you that it is white women that are the most protected because they have to protect the white womb. It doesn't matter if my health isn't fucking concerned. They want those white babies. Because if we're going to have workers, we want them all to be white. They want to maintain their fucking race because they know we're going extinct. And we fucking should. White people have started more fucking wars in the world than anyone else. And there's no reason for any of them.
Wow. And we should.
Fucking, they're all colonizers, man. They're all fucking colonizing fuck. And for
Hold on. See, I can't say all.
all of them,
No.
all colonizers are bad.
I can't say all
When
white
you
people. All
when
white
you
people are
come to a
colonizers.
place when you come to a place that already has people there, and then you say, no, we're just going to kill you and take everything, that's not good, because that's literally what we did when we came here. When the fucking British came over, that's exactly what they did. They started killing off the Indians, and then they called us manifest destiny, and we just took over their fucking land. We are on stolen land.
That's true.
And then we did the same thing with Alaska. We did the same thing with Hawaii. Those people
I
didn't
thought we
need us
bought
or want us
Alaska.
there. They
I
don't
thought
want
we
us
bought
there.
Alaska.
We did, but they didn't want us there. Those people that lived there didn't know anything about us. We just went there and fucking killed them all, and the ones that survived are still thriving. It's all colonized. All of them are bad. Now, if you go to a place and you say, hey, can we stay here? Is that cool? Can you teach us some things? And you're cool about it? That's never happened.
That's
All
true.
colonizers, all colonizing countries have genocided the people that they've taken their shit from. And then they just call it their own and say, nope, it's our rules now. We don't care what you want to do. We'll give you some space out in the middle of the country where we don't have any resources that we want to tap yet.
That's true.
I'm just saying, we are all on stolen land right now, and you have white people trying to fucking claim that shit, and it's stupid. This country was built on the blacks of indigenous, the Chinese, and black people. That's what our country's backs were built from. White people didn't do that shit. They just had to bring them fucking over here.
That's true. All right, on to our next subject. They got a little deep there.
Did it? You can edit all that out.
We're not talking about the Save America Act. I don't know how to save America, but I guess in their eyes, it's saving America to where you have to have an ID to vote, and you have to have the proper paperwork to vote. I'm so confused. I'm so confused
Yep,
because number one, I thought the voting rules was up to the states. Number one,
that's true. Yes.
so. But you can't have a blanket federal policy over what the states do because you want to make it constitutional. But how do you justify that by signing an act that is against the Constitution? Because there is a key thing to the Save America Act that a lot of people forget. And Mr. Cox, I hope you're watching because this is something I was talking about.
Oh, you have somebody else. I didn't hear about any comment threads or anything.
Oh yeah, Mr. Cox is going to be on this program. That's the other. That's the other. Yeah,
Oh, okay. We're gonna
Mr.
have.
Cox. The thing that you're forgetting is when you're requiring the ID, you're requiring paperwork to go along with that ID to prove who you are. You're setting a standard that went against everything that the civil rights movement worked for, marched against, and that was a poll tax.
Yep.
All of those items cost money.
Yep.
All of those items are not easy to get either.
Yes.
So not only are you putting a challenge in front of them to get that paperwork so they can exercise their constitutional right, you're also taxing them along with it in an economy that's already down and we're already not getting paid enough as it is.
Yep.
So you're disenfranchising these people from sitting here paying, to go ahead and vote because they have to pay some money. It's
Yep.
a poll tax. It's
Yep.
a
They have to pay.
roundabout poll tax.
Absolutely,
Poll
it is.
taxes have already been deemed illegal. Why are we trying to do a backdoor cut to this?
I've
It's
been saying
simple
that
as
about.
that.
I've been saying that about real IDs for years. That's why I refuse to get one. I have a social security card and a fucking birth certificate somewhere, but God, I couldn't even tell you where my birth certificate is. And then, okay, my birth certificate was issued in 1991, but I was born in 1982. You want to know why? Because when I was born, I had the hospital birth certificate with my mother and my biological father's name on it. When I was adopted, when I was 9 years old, had my last name changed, they had stamped it from the seal of the state of Indiana, 1991, because that's the date it was issued, because that's the day I got my new
Wow.
name. Not only that, but I've also gotten married since then. So not only is my birth certificate issued in 1991, yet I was born in 1982. Okay. But now my last name is completely different on my social security card than it is on my birth certificate.
And for you to change it on your social security card, you have to pay money to the courts to go in there and have a judge say it's okay.
When I got my name changed, I had to pay for it already. And I said that too. I said, why should I have to pay to get my name changed to my husband's last name when I already paid to file for the the marriage license? Okay, I guess you got paperwork you got to do. You got to pay somebody to do that paperwork. Okay, I don't understand having to pay people for that. Same as I don't understand having to pay for an ID, an exorbitant amount. Or what if I can't? I bring all my stuff. I bring my ID that I have now with my social security card that has the same last name, but you don't take both of those at this time. I need this. Okay, well, I have my birth certificate too, but it's got a different date because it's a reissue of an adopted name, but I don't have the original birth certificate because that was deemed invalid at the time of my adoption. What happens to me? I get put into a fucking bureaucratic limbo from hell. And then they just
Exactly.
hope that I fucking give up because most people, that's what happens. I know so many people that qualify for assistance that just don't go through the rigmarole that they fucking bureaucratic nightmare of paperwork. And oh, wait a minute, well, you filled this one out wrong. Well, it's literally the same thing that I filled out last time. Well, now it's this cycle, so you have to do it this way. Are you fucking kidding me? So I have to come right the fuck back down here, spend money to drive, spend money to park
Time.
from work, where I don't make enough to live as it fucking is, but yet I have to do all this bullshit nonsense on top of it.
I agree. One
This
hundred
is
percent. It
how
is
it's
a.
set up.
We have
Women are
already.
not going to be married. Women are going to be able to vote with the Save Act.
Well, hold on. Ain't just married women though. Because think about
That's,
this.
that's true.
What the byproducts of the cost effectiveness, you got a lot of Latino and black families that's not going to be able to do it either.
Absolutely.
Because now you're putting on an extra cost to them
Yep.
to go ahead and have something done so they can exercise their all God forgiven rights.
Right. They're American rights.
And the problem, I don't understand how people don't see this. And when you meet him, you'll understand. You're gonna hate his guts, but
Oh, he's going to hate mine. He probably already does. I'm a
but
white woman that's got a mouth on her.
but the thing is that when you start going back to that age, especially back during the civil rights movement, it bothers me because my grandparents, my great
Mhm.
grandparents fought to have equality. You lost, buddy. This is not a redo. We're not doing a Civil War reenactment. We're not putting on the costumes. We're not talking all funny so we can sound like we're from that time. You lost. Get over it.
Yeah.
Stop trying to rewind the clock and stop doing all this stuff because, and this is what I found out again, with the sides not being educated about each other, they think it's kind of funny on either side. I've heard Tim say, well, I don't see what's so wrong with a person having to have an ID and prove who they are, blah, 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 blah. Well, Tim, let's just be honest, you make a lot of money and you don't have to worry about that because your name never changes.
Right. You're Mr. fucking dude all the time. You don't have to fucking worry about it. It's not a concern to you because it doesn't affect you. And God forbid you have a woman in your life, you just tell her to suck it up and deal with it, right?
Oh no, but see, this is the thing. If they think alike in marriage, and I never talked to her, so I don't know what her views are on some of this stuff. But if you think alike and he makes that money, he can just go ahead and pay for her, so they got an extra vote.
Yep. Yep.
But a person that sits up here and they work their butt off, they try to be a good citizen and exercise their rights, and they can't because of a cost.
Right.
It bothers me in this aspect, just like a guy or a woman or a dude or whoever cannot take a person to court when they've been done wrong because of the court costs.
Right. It costs too much. Yeah.
They violated them.
Right.
They should have their voice heard.
Yep.
Let them in that court so they can speak.
Well, and the whole issue is, well, it'll gum up the works. It'll, the courts will be constantly. They already fucking are because of the petty bullshit that you try to ticket people with constantly on a daily basis. And they have to go in and fight that shit because they can't afford to pay it. You get a ticket for $175. You don't have $175. I don't even have the $5 it's going to cost me to take the bus downtown.
I'm trying to figure out where did they come up with these prices too.
You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
You
Well,
jaywalked across the street. Really? How much is that fine? $5,000. What the?
what? Yeah, it's like I have to go fight this traffic violations when they had the cameras and shit. That's why they stopped doing that. The traffic cameras because it kept the courts were fucking packed because people were going in and fighting it,
Oh yeah, because a lot
and
of
I
a
don't
lot of
blame
them were
them.
getting busted for writing bogus tickets.
That too, and that shit happens every day. We see videos of that shit every day. You hear shit about that every fucking day. But yet we still allow cops to fucking sit out there and wait for people to speed past them so they can fucking get them a ticket and just sit in the same spot on 74 out east on the way. They sit at same spot.
Really?
Oh, 70 East, 74, and 65. I can tell you where all the cops sit. I've been a driver for professionally for 10 years. I've been all over the state. I can tell you where they all sit. Yeah.
See, I know 65 going north to Chicago where they at.
Oh, yes. Oh, I know all those fucking
Yeah,
bastards hiding spot. And then when
especially
you're
when you get
going,
up there to Crown Point.
yes. Also going to Ohio, from Indianapolis, just going out 70,
Mm.
Uh, yeah, they like to sit right there at that border.
Oh
I
yeah,
I always neck it down right before I get there.
yeah. They live at that border.
Oh man, yeah. Going up north to Michigan too. If you go over, uh, I go over to Michigan a lot too, and there's a
I know.
couple.
I understand.
My brother lives in Michigan.
Oh,
His wife and kids, they have a farm up there.
oh.
I go to visit my brother.
I love farming.
I do too. He's got a donkey and a chicken. Yeah, I want to get him a pig.
Oh,
I don't. I'm just gonna surprise him with it one day. I'm just gonna show up and I'm like, here, I got this pig. You have to keep it now.
I don't know how my ex-wife is gonna act about that.
About what? Having a pig?
No, you're gonna take her over there.
Nah, his wife would let it because she's the one that really wants the farm too. They love it.
That's cool.
They
No,
want to have all the.
I
Yeah.
had a good time in Detroit. I ain't even gonna lie.
Oh, I've never been.
Oh God, we went there for a
Yeah.
WWE show.
Ah, that would have been fun.
Yeah, we went for SummerSlam that year, and me and my roommate, he went to Chicago and went from Chicago to Detroit. I drove from here,
Oh shit.
and oh yeah, it was fun. It was fun. Detroit's a nice place, but I know what you mean. Because as soon as you get over there and cross that border,
Oh
they
man,
sitting there just drooling.
yeah. It's stupid, and that's how they make their. They have quotas. That's how they make fucking state revenue. That's how they make county revenue. That's like here in Indianapolis. If you drive anywhere outside of Indianapolis, like you go through, well, it used to be, you go through Claremont, you slow down because them boys, they'll get you. Go over 30.
Wow.
They will. You go out 136 through Claremont,
Mm.
and yeah, they'll get you right there. Once you get off of Crawfordsville Road, there from Speedway, going 45. They necked it down to 30. And man, it was back in the day. It was all day long. They had the motherfuckers pulled over. And I don't think Claremont has cops anymore because I haven't seen them out there in a minute. But people still drive 30 miles an hour through there. They all have PTSD because everybody got a ticket in that shit. And nobody wants to go to Danville court. They'll just pay that. They'll just pay their tickets. They're like, I'm not driving to Danville to pay this. That's how Brownsburg people are. That's how fucking Indianapolis people were back in the day. They're like, no, I'm not going to Hendricks County. I'll pay it. It's
It
like,
was that
damn.
bad?
Yeah, people don't like going to Hendricks County Court. I've been to that courthouse more than I've been to any other courthouse, only because everybody I know, the only time they've ever been arrested, they've been in fucking Hendricks County somehow or another.
Wow.
Back in the day, when I started driving back in the late 90s,
Mm.
everybody said don't go to Brownsburg, don't go to Hendricks County. If you go too far west, turn around, go north or south because you go west, man, they're gonna get your ass. And at first it was don't drive while you're black out there because they'll pull you over. And every one of my black friends, I'm like, do not deliver to fucking Brownsburg. And this is in the '90s. They're like, oh no, that doesn't happen. I'm like, okay. They
I warned you.
all of them, all of them got pulled over, and I'm like, yeah, that's DWB out there, my guy. You gotta watch out for that shit. And and then they used the weed smell for a long time too.
Oh wow, yeah.
I know so many people that got busted out there just for driving through because there's four people in the car, we gotta pull them over. If they see four people in the car, they pull you fucking over. Yeah.
Oh,
First
let me
time I First time I ever got pulled out of a car and stood on the side of the road while two cops went through my shit while my sister and my husband to be, this is when we were just met each other. They both have records. What the ass? My sister's been arrested. I don't know how many times my husband say. I have never once been arrested in my life. All the shit I've done, my fingerprints are on file only somewhere because I had a gun permit, so I had to get fingerprinted for that. But I don't pop up with anything. So every time we get pulled over, I'm like the mom. I just stand there and hold everybody's jackets while they all get fucking patted down and talked to and asked about their, past shit and their trash. And then the other guy comes over and is like, "Hey, can you drive?" I'm like, "Yes, sir. I'm the only one that has a license that's valid. I'm the only one that has the vehicle wasn't valid, but I was the only one that had a valid license, but I was the only one that could drive home." Like,
Mm-mm.
so
I,
yeah, it was
I,
it,
now you gonna
it
laugh when I
Henderson
tell you
County.
this.
Henderson County is bullshit.
Do you know? Do you know the place that I had the most problem with cops here in Indiana? Bloomington.
Oh, I believe that. I believe that.
I had one down there, and I hope he watches this because he's gonna laugh. We're cool now. His name is now he's a detective, Detective Bacho, muscle bound mug. Hated my guts. He swore I was a drug dealer.
Oh, he thought
He
you was
swore that I was doing something.
because you were down there every week doing wrestling shit. He saw you driving back and forth. He's like, "I know this motherfucker's pushing weight. I just gotta get him in this car. I just gotta get
Yes.
in this car."
And
Man,
see,
I don't
I
even know
will
if you.
admit, when I
I
was
don't think I've
younger,
ever seen you smoke. I don't think I've ever seen it.
oh, it's been anyway.
But I don't think I've ever seen it in the time that I've known you.
Yeah, but the thing is that trips me out is it was weird because I never, I've always been in a position to where I never had to worry about that stuff. My uncle
Right,
was a lieutenant for the police department in Chicago. I've had family that has been, dealt with the court system in Chicago, stuff of that nature. Politics, my
right,
family's involved in. I got a picture on my Facebook page now of my dad and my stepmom hanging with Illinois Governor Pritzker. You know, I didn't have to worry about that then.
right.
So when this dude come up trying to bother me, I'm like, who the hell are you? Who do you think you are? I don't do nothing. Leave me the hell alone.
Think you're talking to more like it.
And we will go backwards and forwards.
I believe it.
And I'm like, you think you want to? I dare you to arrest me. I dare you.
He
Put your
never had
handcuffs
nothing
on me.
on.
Because that'll be the last time you put handcuffs on somebody. Oh, you're just a bad. Oh, yeah, I know I'm a bad. But later on, kind of found out he was actually wondering what was going on in the house, but it was my ex wife doing stuff.
Ah,
He thought I was putting my ex wife up to do it.
yeah.
And I'm like, once I left, and she kept doing whatever she was doing, he
Hmm.
then saw this dude ain't had nothing to do with it.
Right.
So he later on apologized to me about it.
That's good. At least he
Yeah,
learned
and
the way.
I was shocked.
He learned a valuable truth that most of the reason that, most of the reason that drugs and shit like that get to where they get is because white women that that do that shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just assuming your ex wife is white.
no,
No, oh my bad.
no.
Um, but yeah,
Uh,
that's a white thing though. That's why we have fucking. That's why you have to get the guy to come and get you fucking razor blades or fucking baby formula because you at the fucking CVS or the fucking Walgreens or the Walmart. That's why you have those shits is because of white women stealing in them bitches. I've seen it with I have worked in retail and so much shit in my life, grocery stores especially. I am the demographic for thievery. Old white women. You see a middle-aged older white woman, fucking watch her. People
What?
want to fucking. I am I am telling you right now, white people will teach their children to steal because they know they'll get away with it.
That's true.
White people teach their children how to steal and get away with it. I remember the first time I was working at the village pantry at Michigan and Tibbs. I was working the late at every shift. I asked somebody one time, I'm like, why do people ask for a bag and a receipt for a pack of gum? And she's like, because they're black. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why does that have anything to do with it? And then she explained it. And I was like, whoa. Because I didn't know, like why you would need a bag and a receipt for a pack of gum or for like a can of soda or like the little 5 cent candies, I
Yeah.
always need a bag and a receipt. I need a bag and a receipt. And I know kids that would be like, my mom's going to kick my ass when I get home. I lost the receipt. I'm like, okay, is it because she wanted her change? No, it's my money. She wants to see the bag and the receipt. And their moms would teach them, you pay for that shit, you get a bag and a fucking receipt, and I want to see that when you get home. And it'd be the kid's money. It wasn't even her money. She didn't want no change. She wants to make sure that he is getting that fucking safety net for when the cops fucking stop him and say, oh, you just stole that shit from the store, didn't you?
Nope.
No, and a fucking receipt right here. But white parents will teach their kids how to steal in stores and
Wow.
and get away with it. And that's how I know because little white girls are cute. And when you walk through a store and you're all nice and proper behind your parent, oh, aren't you cute? You're so well behaved. Look at how cute those girls are. Meanwhile, mom's shoving fucking ground beef and chicken in the fucking back of her fucking skirt and telling us to watch out. You know what I mean?
Oh, oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm demographic for that shit. So anytime I've ever worked in retail, I always say, watch them old white, those old white bitches. They're the ones that are gonna rob you blind. But nobody watches them. They see a fucking black man walk into a fucking J.C. Penney's. What's the first thing that's gonna happen? You just have somebody right behind you every aisle as fuck you go into.
Whoa, wait. Ain't nobody gonna be behind. It's gonna be one behind me, one across
One
the
in
aisle
front.
from me,
Yeah, yeah,
two cameras watching me.
right. I'm talking about back in the day. Back in the day, I've seen it. I've been told to do that at some places I've worked at.
Mm-mm-mm.
Whenever if you see black people watch them, they steal. I'm like, okay,
Wow.
my family steals too. What the fuck? Because we were poor. We were fucking poor white trash. My whole family, we all knew how to steal.
That you know what?
Something.
The comedian Ralphie Murray said it best. There's only one color that means something. Poor.
Yeah, and I'm not this new poor like most of these white people are. New poor white people don't know how to fucking survive, and they're freaking out. They don't know how to fuck. Motherfucker, this motherfucker shit could shut down tomorrow, and I'd be ready. Like I can live off of fucking rice, beans, and fucking you know whatever I can grow out of
Yep.
the seeds from the shit in my fridge. You know what I mean?
Yep.
When it's we got to turn our electricity's off. Fuck, I got some terracotta pots and some tea lights and some cinder blocks. We got to put that shit in the living room. We got to get the blankets up over the windows. We got to put the blankets to the doorway. We got to cordon off into one room. Bitch, this ain't no fucking new poor shit.
Mm-mm.
We know how to survive, and that's on some. It doesn't matter what color you are. Like you grow up poor, you know what the fuck is up. And that's the thing is that I remember being, growing up poor, and we lived right next to the Ponderosa. It was the apartment complex, it was a project. It was project house. Literally right down the road. All my friends from school lived in the ponds. Okay,
Nice.
All of my friends lived in the ponds. To where the only people that I could hang out with like if we were hanging out after school, we would have to meet at the park or at my house. Like they can come to my house. I'm like my mom didn't care, but some of them couldn't come to my house because no, I can't come to your house because you're white. I'm like okay, what the fuck? Why can't you come to my house because I'm white? They're like no, my mom won't let me. And I'm like okay,
Wow.
whatever. But then I remember riding bikes over there. We get to the fence where there's a hole in the fence. So you can ride your bike to the fence for little kids.
Right.
My friends that are ahead of me are like, no, 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 you can't come in here. And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, you can't come into the ponds. You can't come into the projects. And I'm like, well, why not? You don't live here. I'm like, fair enough.
Yeah.
And
I've
it's
got
a whole
gardens like
housing
that.
project. But they knew not to let me in there because I get my ass jumped.
Yep.
And they're protecting me. And I didn't realize that at the time. But the older I got, they tore down the ponds. Everybody moved out and moved around the neighborhood to where the neighborhood became more integrated after that because they tore down the projects, you know. So
I've got gardens like that.
yeah, but then
Wow.
they closed down Central State Hospital at the same fucking time. And when they closed down Central State Hospital, all those crazy people came to my neighborhood. We
How
had
did that work out?
people shadow boxing in the intersections. The broom man, he lived over on 10th Street across from the liquor store, and he had him a whole setup with tents. And man, he was cool as fucking fan, dude. I used to talk to him when I was a kid. Our bus would drive past him every day, and we'd all wave out the window at the windows at him because hey, it's broom man. They all came out after Central State Hospital closed down. All the fucking people that were in there were just put out on the street. I was
Wow.
like, I was like 10, 11 years old. I was in like fifth grade, sixth grade. So 11, 12. So
Mm.
yeah, that was a fun little time having to deal with all those people. Everyone's like, oh, they're crackheads. It's like those aren't crackheads. Those are crazy people. That
Yeah.
is not. That's not a crackhead. Crackhead steal your fucking bike, but he ain't doing that shit. You know, that was before meth. Now you look at those guys and it's like, man, that could be a crazy person or somebody on meth. I don't know. It's a different
Y'all
thing.
smoking. Y'all doing something.
It was something, yeah. But yeah, again, the crazy shit. That's weird. I haven't thought about that in a while. But yeah,
But
can't go to certain neighborhoods. Can't have certain people over at your house. Not because you don't want to, or because they don't want to, but because their mom won't let them.
right.
And that's okay. I get it. You know what I mean? But
Mm.
I also grew up in a racist household where I didn't understand. Hey, maybe you shouldn't let your black friends come to your house because your dad might say some shit or your mom might say some shit by accident. Like my mom was never like racist, but of course white women in marriages have to kind of hee hee that kind of shit off to not start a fight, not start an argument because if you call him out on it, he might just backhand you. And then
Yep.
what do you do, you know? So it's and I feel like it doesn't it's a form of fucking abuse. It's a form of slavery. And I know I'm saying this as a white woman who is married to a white man, and that the irony is not lost on me, okay? But it's one of those things where if you are in a marriage as a white woman, you are kind of obligated to either keep your mouth shut about your political views or your religious views unless they are perfectly aligned with his. And if he doesn't have a, a line, like he doesn't follow politics, he doesn't really care, but he still does like racist shit or like homophobic shit, if you call him out on that, that's the catalyst for him to do something to you or to divorce you and take away whatever money he has, you know,
Mm.
because you've tied yourself financially to a person.
Wow. So they're not trying to save America. They're trying to save their own ass, basically.
pretty much. They just want men to vote. And they especially want white men to vote. But they want white men to vote for them, so
True.
have people, going to colleges, talking to young, impressionable, curious. Their parents aren't really political, but they love Trump. But they're in college, so they actually have semblance of a brain.
Mm-hmm.
But that brain is still in like a malleable phase of life where they're not given the the emotional and psychological aspects of voting and how to vote and why you're voting a certain way, because again, white people are told that we're better than everyone. You're better than them for no other reason than the color of their skin or their religion. That's the first indoctrination that happens in this country, is
Yeah.
people in church. I don't care if it's a Catholic church or a Baptist church. It's all the fucking same to me. It's all indoctrination somehow or another. And that's, again, where the thought of getting a young white woman to fucking have your baby and fucking you're the king, you're the pinnacle, you are the prize. That's what religion is. That's what that teaches you. And that's
Mm.
why you have like fucking these cults where these dudes have like 37 wives, and that's that fucking inferiority complex where they feel like, oh, I have to procreate. I have to make all these babies for God's, army. And it's just a bunch of fucking patriarchal bullshit, and women become incubators. And that's literally what they've done to our country.
That's true. Absolutely true. Okay, so let's hit on this last subject real quick.
This one's up.
The state of the onion. I mean union.
Oh God, I could barely get through it.
How did you? Because I'm
I
trying to
didn't.
figure it out.
I didn't get through it. I could barely get through the fucking 30 seconds. I
I made the first half hour.
Oh, you did better than I did because I don't think I saw 30 minutes of it. I may have seen 30 minutes of it combined from clips that I've seen since then, but I cannot stand the sound of that man's voice.
This is what
But
bothers. This is what bothers me. It's like I'm sitting and talking with one of my ex girlfriends when I listen to him. I'm serious. It is the most ridiculous thing. Some of the things that he was saying on that stand, somebody should have came. Remember back in the day when they used to do showbiz and they had the guy with the cane and the hook.
yep,
He
yep,
should have just straight up yank and yanked them right off of there.
Mr. Sandman.
It's
Yeah,
it's this was so terrible. This
he's
was I think this was the worst State of the Union speech in history.
well. What's
I
really I don't I just don't understand how he can call the Democrats, they're evil, they're despicable, these disgusting people, and it's like you're the president. Have some fucking decorum at least. He has no. I don't know.
it's it's a Jedi mind trick.
He's fucking
He's Darth
Palpatine,
Maul.
dude. No, Palpatine. He's
He's
fucking. Sorry, I hate this man.
he's Darth Maul. The man can tell you a story, and most people will sit there and believe it and clap like otters, and it's ridiculous.
And for what? What is he achieving other than getting them millions of dollars in their pocket? That's all he's achieved, is getting all those people that cheered for him money. That's why they cheered when they were supposed to. Oh, this is the part where he wants us to clap. This is the part where he wants us. Okay, yeah, we'll just stand here and do this.
It's
He
sad.
paid me money. because I'm getting my kickbacks from all this fucking tax shit.
I don't know. I thought this State of the Union that happened was very, very poor. It is the worst State of the Union address that there was. There was so many lies told. I thought I was a divorce court. I mean, it just
If Trump's moving his mouth, I assume he's lying, but he likes to tell a lot of truths just in different ways.
yep,
If you look back, he'll tell you exactly. He's told everyone exactly what he was going to do, just in different ways than coming out and saying it. He said it, and people just, oh, that's not what he meant. That's not what he meant. No, that's exactly what the fuck he meant. When
yes,
he said that, that's what he meant.
yes,
Believe him. Oh, he would never do that. That's their argument. That's fucking Trumpers. Like you said last time, we have three we have three parties in this country. We have Democrats, we have Republicans, and we have Trumpers. We have maggots. We have porch maggots. Fucking hate these guys.
I don't know.
And
I
then they
can't say
call
I.
leftists. Then they call leftists crazy because we want to have, socialized medicine. We want to have we want to have health care. We want to have public transportation. We want to be able to fucking have everyone in a house. There's no reason that we should have entire blocks of downtown that are empty with houses that can be lived in because some guy in a fucking hedge fund owns it and wants to rent it out for 4 times what it's worth. But God forbid we let the fucking people that live in that neighborhood outside into those homes.
That's
We have
true.
no social programs for anyone. And you and I both know that we are 2 fucking paychecks away from homelessness, and that's all it would fucking take. Most
Yep.
Americans are 2 fucking paychecks. That's 2 weeks. We would be without a fucking home, without food, or we would give up anything that we needed in life. And people think that having electricity is a luxury. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Electricity is a luxury? This is fucking ridiculous. Why am I
Yeah,
paying so much money for these AI goddamn data centers making the drinking water null? And that's the other thing. Can we just talk about this AI shit? What is the fucking plan, guys? When AI takes over 400,000 fucking jobs in this country, what are those 400,000 people going to do for work? Who's going to buy the shit that you're making? Who's going to be able to afford the service that you're providing if you take away everyone's fucking job? They want to kill us. They want you to die. If you are in that's why they don't care that not just 5, 6 years ago, my job as a fast food employee was essential during a fucking pandemic because it didn't matter if we got sick and died because we don't make any fucking money. So it doesn't matter because our jobs rely on tipping. And that fucking nobody fucking gives out fucking money for tipping because I work a tipping job. I don't make dick. Nobody tips because that's the first thing they fucking take off because that person is deemed beneath you because you have a job that you're having to throw them some scraps. So you're better than them. I don't need to fucking tip you because I'm better than you. Get a real job. It
hmm,
makes you feel better because this country, we love our fucking slaves. And I don't care what fucking color you are on that one because it happens with everyone.
that's true.
As Americans, we love our fucking slaves. That's why people treat fucking, that's why we have Karens, is because people are like, they've dealt with it for so long of people, especially white women, Karens, using their fucking white women wiles to deem someone else less than them.
That's
So
true.
they want to treat them like a fucking slave and they want their job. I want to speak to your manager. I hate that kind of person.
Oh, but I love it though because
If
once
I
they say,
witnessed it, oh, don't come at me like that.
oh, when they say that to me, and I'm like, are you want to speak to my manager? Hold on.
Yes. Ah.
I'll walk into the other room and walk right back out.
I just, yeah, anybody tells me, can I speak to your manager? I am the manager. Because I'm the oldest person in the room. I'm the oldest person at my job. But the youngest person is the boss, which is fine by me. But they always assume I'm the manager. I'm like, no, I'm not the manager. I'm the lowest person on the totem pole here, baby. You gotta go to you gotta go with somebody else with that shit. I was corporate manager for too fucking long. I don't do that shit no more. I wanna be nobody at my job. But that's the kind of job they want to get rid of. That's the kind of
Yep.
job they want to give to fucking robots and AI. And any person that's in that fucking store, they want to get rid of all of them. They want to have it all automated and everything run by cameras and AI sensors and all this shit. Well, simultaneously, we have AI data centers popping up in a fucking cornfield and
Mm-hmm.
soybean fields across the fucking country. And all it's going to do is destroy the fucking infrastructure, destroy the fucking economy, destroy the fucking drinking water, and nobody's going to have jobs. So nobody can buy anything. What's the end goal of this, guys? Why are we doing this? Yeah, I can see how certain industries could be fucking maintained with AI. And you know what industry I think that would work the best for?
Which one?
CEOs, CEOs, CFOs. Those jobs where all these people are getting paid millions of fucking dollars for doing nothing. Those jobs could be done by AI. That could be done by a computer.
True.
Business decisions being made and making sure that the, direct up prime directive is what it the fuck is. That could be done by AI. But they don't want to replace those jobs because they want the fucking money. So they replace the fucking slaves. And they do that by making women become pregnant, stay pregnant, have those babies. And in the meantime, we're going to get rid of all the fucking jobs and the drinking water and the atmosphere. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
How's that going to work?
I don't know if it will.
How can it?
Well,
Like I said, I'm sure AI is useful somehow, but every time I see one of those goddamn videos of somebody with a mermaid face or a sexy bot or a fucking cartoon character of themselves, all I think is that's like gallons of water just to make that little fun little picture. Yeah, fuck that, dude. I'm not saying I'm immune to that. I've done that, but ever since I've learned about data centers, since they want to put them everywhere around me, the
mm-hmm.
fuck, everywhere around data centers are the people are fucked health wise,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just gonna get worse. And what's the like I said, what's the end goal when everything is run by AI? All the people, you don't have to pay anybody anymore because you don't have any employees. There's no labor costs. None of the people are going to be able to buy shit. So what are you making? Like, what are you doing that people are going to be able to afford? And for how long is that going to be sustainable?
Right, because you're gonna lift the price anyway.
Right. So that's my thing. Capitalism without some sort of fucking control and how your money is spent and how we are taxed is it's just dictator and he's fascist and he's going to end up being they're all oligarchs now because there's what like maybe 15 people that have the entire wealth of our entire world. It's
Mm-hmm.
15 fucking people. They hoard it like dragons on a fucking cave on top of gold, and it's like, why do we not just kill them and take it and distribute it evenly amongst everyone to where everyone has the same amount of money and you just fucking chill the rest of your life because you don't have to worry about it. So if you want to just have a piece of land, a place to stay, food that you can either grow or buy, open a business. You know what I mean? Have employees, we can still pay taxes, and everybody has a health care, everybody has groceries, everybody has a roof over their head, and everybody gets to fucking be happy and lottie fucking da.
Oh.
Eat the rich, baby. That's what I say. Guillotine.
Oh.
But I'm also an anarchist and a communist and a socialist. You know.
Well, oh,
You all right?
yeah, something just got me right here.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm all right. Uh, but we have come to the end of the broadcast. I do want to thank you, Miss Ash, for coming on. I love the shirt.
Oh, that's my vest. You want to see the vest, the
Yeah.
rest of it? Check it out. I got that one there.
Uh,
No gods, no masters.
mm,
And then I got this one here. It's the Marlboro Shoot 'em if you got 'em, or Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
mm,
Filter out racism. Clan head, bullet hole in the face.
yep.
And then my favorite one, which is my back piece. No count,
That's
no KKK, no fascist USA.
that's
Yeah.
tight.
I wear it everywhere I go, man. Even at
Well,
work.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you for catching this. You'll probably catch this on the replay. We will be back next week with more. Oh, wait a minute. Next week is the 7th. We got to talk about that.
Next
But
week's what?
next
Oh,
week
yeah, we
is
got to
the
talk
7th.
about that.
Yeah. So we will go ahead and see you on Facebook. Thank you for tuning in. And hey, we love you guys. Just keep your servicemen in your prayers, please. Please.